Hello, eRank. Welcome to another live Thursday. Yeah, it's a Thursday Q&A with me, Pam Duffy, and hers. Literally, I have no idea. And her, Starla Moore.
We don't know where we are today.
Oh, no. Yeah, guys, you're going to have to ask some great questions because I don't know. I could just go for a nap just now. So my head's a mess.
Well, unfortunately, again, the cool thing that we're going to tell you, we can tease it a little bit more today, right?
We can, yes.
So we'll wait until a couple more people are here so we can get some feedback because the team is waiting for feedback, but we'll talk about that as soon as there's more people to actually give that feedback.
Yes. So if you're joining us, hang about. If you're watching the replay, we will have a little extra teaser today, and we do really need your feedback for all of this. Yeah, there's only the special first few people. So if you caught it in a video, was it 2 or 3 weeks ago? Sean came on. He's one of the people working on our secret special thing, which is, yeah, I won't go too much into it, but a little teaser has been launched last night, I think. So yeah, let's ask you: has anybody noticed what's changed or where it's changed? It is live, but
It's not a frequently visited page. So if you guys haven't noticed it, if you saw it, you would know. It's not something subtle, I promise. It's something drastically different. So if you don't know what we're talking about, then you probably haven't noticed it yet.
Yeah. Oh, Linda's got a question about Etsy while we're here waiting for people to join. Anyone notice they've put the descriptions back down under photos?
I did.
They have been testing the layout quite a bit the past couple of weeks, but it's looking good just now, I think. I even noticed, I think on the app, it's looking a bit different as well.
Oh, I like doing this when we're live because I feel like I think it's just the luck of being live that there's always an update for me to see. Well, I did get a notification about Drew Barrymore's thoughtful gift ideas, and now that is currently at the top of the app.
Oh, is that there? I got the email. I haven't looked at it yet. I don't think me and Drew Barrymore have the same aesthetic somehow. So.
Everybody tells me I look like Drew Barrymore. I'm like, why? Because we both have big eyes. I don't feel like I look like Drew Barrymore.
Well, that's a compliment anyway. So that's a compliment for Drew Barrymore. You look like Starla.
There's a couple things that are a little bit new. I mean, they've got the because you viewed, these types of items, here's more. But then there are some featured categories that are new that I've never seen before, different categories. And then stuff that you might like based on your activity, stuff you might like based on your activity. And then they have the endless scroll, which I love because you can just see, it's almost like a Pinterest feed of product. You can just go through and look at things that, that are just completely random. And it's always stuff with very beautiful photos. But none of these items are related to anything I have personally shown interest in the past. And again, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago. I do wish that with all this ML, machine learning technology that Josh has been talking about, I wish that this feed could be related to things that I like, because I mean, I've got like 12, 13, 14 years worth of Etsy history on this account that they could be using to show me things I like, and none of this stuff is stuff that I like. So
he has said that's something they want to do. I do wonder with me and you if that might be a problem, because we're looking at everyone's shops, we're looking at random stuff. So probably the poor little machine sitting there going, I have no idea what Starla and Pam like. They're insane.
I use different accounts to prevent that. Clever. Yeah. So the account, my actual shopping account, I exclusively use for things that I'm interested in. And then I have another account that I use for working. So, and it does my feeds are different, like in terms of the items where it says this is similar to things that you might like. I can definitely tell the differences between the accounts, but that feed of just random items, it does seem to just be like stuff that Etsy would like, the pretty backgrounds and the very like farmhousey type things and artsy fartsy type things, which I like to look at. It's just not stuff that I would personally buy. And I think that, that they will get more people doing that entertaining scroll if it's stuff that is curated just for them. And I really
Yeah.
love those sections where it says, based on your favorites or based on your interests, here's like 9 listings that you might like. I just want a whole feed of that, not just 9 items. I want
Yeah.
to see 1,000 things like that.
I'm looking forward to seeing how they do it because, and well, we're all on YouTube, so we can talk about YouTube, but YouTube's been doing that for a while and it doesn't necessarily do it very well. It does it well enough. My home feed used to be really good, but now it's kind of good enough. It goes, oh, you watched something about this, so we're going to stalk you with all of this kind of thing. That's like, well, no, I like to watch things on this and this, and I have
Right.
so many interests, and I worry with that with Etsy, like. If I'm shopping for my mum next week, is Etsy going to suddenly think I'm a 70-year-old woman in the Highlands of Scotland, and and show me that? Because if you're buying, oh, I'm buying for myself, I'm buying for this, and so I hope it learns from like we're a bit more varied. We like a lot of things.
Yeah, I get a lot of that as well during the holidays where my whole feed will be full of like stuffed animals because I was looking at custom stuffed animals for my daughter or something. And yeah, it feels like stuff that they want to push. It definitely feels like Etsy stuff, stuff that
Yeah.
Etsy would put like in their magazines and but maybe if the machine learning isn't quite there yet to the point where they can curate a whole feed, maybe they're just going based on what feels the most on brand for them and really expecting us as the shoppers to use things like the gift mode or our own keyword searches or deep diving more into those Etsy categories. It's just when they say that they want to become more of like the entertainment platform, which I use it that way. Maybe it's just because I mean, I don't know about you guys. It might just be because Pam and I, like, our whole job is Etsy. But when I've got 10 minutes to burn somewhere like in a doctor's office and I don't want to scroll through negative social media, I get on the Etsy app and just look at random things, even if it's stuff I won't buy. I just like looking at the pretty stuff.
Yeah, I miss back in the day when they had treasuries on the front page, and
Yes.
I'm reminded of that because this is a thing for anyone in the UK. Folksy is like Etsy was years ago, and what they're doing, which I really like, is they have a little, it's like a treasury, but they're compiling it, but it's on a certain subject, and they tell you have a calendar in advance saying what the subject's going to be. So if you have listings, you think, oh, I better get that up by this date because that's what's going to be on the front page of Folksy.
Yeah,
And it's
GoImagine is the same way. They do something
mhm,
similar, like a theme.
yeah, and it's really cool. I think I'd like that. And if Etsy could say, oh, it's steampunk day, or it's cottagecore day, or it's cozy grandma day, or something, it would be cool.
Yeah. Let's see. Aw, Anna likes my
That
sweater. We don't say
that's
we
the
we don't
first
say
thing I
filter
said when I saw her. She looked so
here.
cozy.
It's finally getting cold. It's been rainy, but I it hasn't even felt like fall. Our leaves didn't even hardly turn pretty colors. They just kind of turned brown and shriveled up and died.
Yeah, I feel the same. It's been grey for weeks and weeks, and then today was sunny and it was lovely.
Let's see.
Just what it should be.
I want to grab this comment. eRank is not perfect to find trends. eRank is data. Data is only as effective as the person who is searching it. So you have to have a good strategy for finding those trends. It absolutely is fantastic for finding trends because it's just the data. You're looking at data. Does it take time to find trends? Yeah, we've got a whole trend buzz page though. And when you start deep diving into a specific trend, for example, going into the trend buzz, if you notice that the keyword earrings is trending, well, don't stop there, because that keyword trend is vague. Click on that word within the trend buzz and then go into your search filters through, that it will pull up a keyword tool page for the word earrings. Go down to those suggested keywords or those keyword ideas on the page and start deep diving into those terms. You have to find the rabbit holes with these terms. And here's the thing, if eRank didn't work, we wouldn't be the biggest SEO tool. It just takes a lot of time and practice to be able to decipher the data and understand the best ways to use it. Like I always say, you can't brew a latte with a hammer. You have to know how to use the tool in order to get the result that you want. Data is the compass. It's the guiding force that's going to help you make good decisions for your business. But data on its own is not going to make a successful business. You have to pair that data with a good product and an understanding of the ideal target customer that you're trying to sell to. Because I use this example. We had about a year ago, I saw a seller in one of the communities who wanted to sell 4th of July shirts, and she was not located in the US. So I don't think she had a big grasp of what 4th of July in the US was. It's just that she noticed that it was trending and she wanted to make shirts for 4th of July. And she made her whole line about 4th of July hot dog eating contests, because she thought that in America, Americans all have 4th of July hot dog eating contests.
That's all you guys do. Absolutely. I've seen the video.
I've never in my life seen or participated in a hot dog eating contest. It's not something, I'm sure that they exist at events that might be sponsored by Oscar Mayer or other hot dog companies.
I don't even know what Oscar Mayer is, but I know that's the name because I've seen the video.
The Wienermobile.
Nobody search for hot dog eating contests. It's disgusting.
Yeah, but it was just such a fringe niche. And when she posted about it, a lot of Americans, got on there and in the comments, and they were kind of upset. They're like, this is such a stereotype. Like this is not something that we do here. I'm sure people do it, but just like, you guys don't sit around and have tea and crumpet day. It's like it's something that you do, but it's not like it's that big of a deal. You know what I mean? It's just that one little fringe stereotype that isn't worth making an entire line of products for. But that's where that understanding your ideal target customer and having a defined niche is extremely important, because otherwise you're going to launch products that don't hit the target. I even covered that in at Amplified, my very first session. I showed a t-shirt and I said, what's wrong with this picture? And it had a little baseball player, holding a baseball bat, and it said goal at the top. Like, if you don't understand the assignment, you're not going to make good products. Data is a very teeny tiny piece of the puzzle. And whether that be trend data that's helping to guide your decisions on making an item, well, if you don't know anything about the niche that's tied to that trend, you're not going to be able to make effective products. Or whether it's data that is helping you to optimize a listing for search. Well, again, if you make a product that is not good, or a design that is not good, or a design that nobody wants, or a product that nobody wants because there's no demand, because you have a disconnect from that ideal target customer, then it doesn't matter how good your keywords are. Nobody's going to buy your thing. It's like it's not about appeasing algorithms. Yeah, we got to do that. But the more important thing is creating a product that is so good that an actual living, breathing human being sees it, envisions themselves, wearing it or hanging it on their wall or drinking out of it. And they go and they find their wallet that they left out in the car, and, they retrieve their credit card and they type in all those numbers and check out. That's a lot of effort. And if it takes them more effort to do all that than it did for you to create the design that goes on the product, you're probably not going to make any sales. That's, you know, and that's unfortunately a lot of the culture that we see here on YouTube right now. And I know Pam and I talk about it all the time because it drives us crazy. But you know, all these gurus who talk about like how to list 6,000 items in a day. It's not about quantity, it's about quality, because quality appeals to people.
Yeah. And yeah, great, Starla. I was like just listening and I forgot where we started with that. Yeah, I was going to say, no, great answers. But for the trends, to dig deep into them, don't forget in our blog, Jan creates trend reports every month for the UK, US, Canada, Australia, eBay and Amazon. So you can go in there, and in just about every single one of them, she gives a little tutorial of how to dig deep into the keywords, how to niche down and find those little bits of gold. Because the thing is, it's not the gurus who are telling you. It's not about finding what's most popular for someone else and copying it. It's for finding what's really cool in your niche that people are looking for that other people haven't necessarily figured out yet. And Starla is right. The secret that isn't getting taught, that should be getting taught, is quality things that people want to buy. You might see shops that don't have great SEO and don't have great things, but if they make something that's blooming amazing, it's going to sell because people love it, people will share it, people do the work. If you've got a rubbish item, all the great keyword research and everything, finding the best trends is not going to do you any good, because as soon as someone sees it in search, they've got 20 other things on their screen. They're not going to click on your item. So
exactly. Yeah. Tomorrow, I'm going to be doing my Jason Momoa and Greg ranking webinar on my channel. So I'll be using Pam's Jason Momoa example. Oh, it's so funny. I've been working on that today. So if you guys watch the Friday Bean, you'll get to view Jason Momoa for an unnecessarily long time during the webinar.
I love that everyone just links my name with Jason Momoa now. I don't even have to say anything. It's great.
Well, you'll be getting a shout out tomorrow, Pam.
Excellent. Well, I love that your Starla's mum crochets these life-sized boyfriends.
Yeah.
And the first one just looked like so much like Jason Momoa. Starla didn't even have to tell me about her mum having made these because I got tagged so many times. Like, how have you seen this? Really, I wonder why people are tagging me.
I know. I got a lot of people who were like, that was your mom? Like, because they'd already seen it because it went viral. Yeah. Unfortunately, the perfect boyfriend business isn't going great for her right now. She hasn't sold her last 2 perfect men. So
I'm sorry to hear that. So guys, if you want a perfect boyfriend,
I know, right? I keep telling her, I'm like, you need to stop making different ones and only make the long-haired, bearded Jason Momoa-like looking men.
Yeah. Sadly, you're not allowed to name it Jason Momoa. Unless he agrees to it. He might. He does seem to have a good sense of humor there.
Mason Jamoa. Let's see. Jay Fishman. Can I ask Starla a question? No. I'm kidding. You had mentioned GoImagine and had a video on it. Where are you with that now? So right now, we are actually more working with the eRank side for GoImagine. And there is a bit of talk of potentially, hopefully, eventually moving into Canada, because we have to remember GoImagine is really small, so we got to be patient with them. But I mean, that's pretty much it. GoImagine is still growing. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Go away. Go away, Mr. Moore. But right now it's about trying to fill the needs of the sellers, which is expansion, which takes a lot more. I know a lot of people commented on my video and they're like, of course, the rest of the world gets left out. Like, no, it takes a lot to understand the laws and the taxes and, you know, everything associated with expanding to other countries. Like, it's not something that can happen overnight. The fact that, you know, GoImagine is taking it slow is a good sign, because that means that they're making sure that things are done right without having to rely on investors to do so. So there's, you know, they are moderated by kind of like a panel of, you know, sellers on the platform who kind of serve as the like decision makers for how the platform runs. Which is what we want. I wish Etsy was like that. I wish Etsy was just run by Etsy sellers, but unfortunately, you know, it's not. So, yeah, but we are working on some stuff over at eRank, and GoImagine is talking to some Canadian people about eventually expanding. And then I don't know what the next plan for expansion will be. And I don't think it's anything that's going to happen very quickly, which that's a good thing. But as of right now, that's all I really know. But I do know that we are working with them over at eRank. So
yeah, I mean, that's at eRank. Yes, we started out with Etsy, but we're wanting to help sellers sell their art, basically. And so we are looking at lots of other things. You'll see there's lots of other data in our trend buzz and in our keyword tool for lots of other places. And as we get more data, we will be adding to that, because, you know, like you all, we all want more places to sell as well. Sadly, Etsy is the best bet just now, but it's always good to diversify and have other things there. And I think if you're in the US, definitely worth looking at GoImagine. It does seem to be making the right noises just now for sure.
Yeah, and John, their CEO, he goes live on the Maker Circle app, which they also have a website. He goes live every Wednesday, and you can just pop in during, he calls it office hours, and you can talk to him. And there's never very many people there, so he will answer your questions. But if you ever want to tune into one of those, he streams every single week. And I mean, he's an open book when it comes to GoImagine. He's just like Anthony. He will tell us things that he's not even supposed to tell us. And then his, you know, other, you know, manager will be in the background like, so definitely tune in for some of those. And the Maker Circle app is pretty fun too. It's like if Facebook was just for, you know, handmade sellers. It's pretty cool.
Oh, cool. I did get the feeling, an Anthony feeling from him, like someone who's just really passionate about what they're doing and wants to help people and stuff. So it's really good.
Yeah.
Oh, I've just got down to the bits of chat that people are talking about hot dog eating contests.
I know. Yeah. At fairs are different. I think that there are hot dog eating contests like at fairs, but it's not like everybody's rounded up in their backyard to the point where they're buying the whole family a hot dog eating contest t-shirt. Oh, let's see. Live chill life. That sounds, I want to live a chill life. That's my goal. That's absolutely right. I noticed my 8 things that are my best sellers. There's nothing else like it. There's no competition, and they have a high conversion rate as a result. Exactly. That's just it. It's the Seth Godin purple cow analogy. You found your unique thing that people can't find anywhere else. And the good thing about products like that is that often you can charge more for them because, you know, you're the one who has the thing that people want, and you're the innovator who came up with a really great idea. So not only will you rank higher in search, but you have more pricing authority.
Yeah. You can probably guess myself and Starla are really kind of passionate about this. But if you are innovating something so cool, it's just so good in so many ways. You don't have to make 8,000 listings a day. you probably don't even have to work that hard at marketing because other people share it. That's when I brought out my splat bookmarks 10 years ago, 15 years ago. And most of the sales have come from people sharing them on Pinterest because they liked them. I've not done any work on that. So if you've innovated it, other people will love it. And the other thing, if you're just throwing together stuff to try and jump on trends, all you've got is stressfulness. If you're innovating something that you're really proud of, that's awesome, you can feel that sense of pride. You can have a passion for what you're doing, because Etsy, selling online, doing social media, all of these things are really, really hard work. And if you don't have a passion for it and enjoy it and feel proud of it, I don't know how you don't burn out really quickly, basically. It's hard work just to try and make big bucks. It's much easier to make something that you're proud of that just happens to sell because people love it.
Exactly. Let's see. What do you think of the Printify Printful merger? So when I was in Latvia, right when I got off my plane and I had my little Bolt taxi come pick me up, we drove past a Printful warehouse within like 10 minutes of reaching the Printify building, because Printful and Printify are both based in Latvia. And while I was there, I asked one of the, when we were touring the city, I asked one of the Printify people, why are Printful and Printify, the two biggest POD companies, both located in Latvia? She said because Printful started here, and then the CEO of Printify saw a good opportunity where Printful, they take the orders and they print them. Printify does not print anything. Printify is more like a shopping mall where you can find lots of little printers who print under the Printify umbrella, but who also have their own individual business models. So taking a company that because Printify, what really makes them special and why I work with them is because their marketing is phenomenal. They invest 100% of their efforts into customer service and education content, as opposed to also having to split that between printing. So they work on finding the best printers, making sure that they're providing good customer service, having, events like Amplified, their YouTube channel. So they've got that great customer service side. Printful is another company that prints things. I personally think that this is not going to change things much, but what's going to happen is Printful, who already had good printing, is now going to benefit from the fantastic customer service, marketing, and all the like events and the group that Printify has built. And Printify is going to basically gain another print facility that offers things that they might not have been able to previously offer, because Printify, they've got, Swift POD, they've got Printed Mint, they've got, you guys know all these crazy companies. Do they do Guten? I think Guten's its own. But anyway, I think I'm just seeing it more like Printify has gained another printer. Printful has gained a tremendous amount of marketing and publicity that Printify was already excelling at. I don't see any negative that can come from it, because Printify, because of their amazing marketing and their great team and everything that they do, like the Amplified events and, working with influencers like me and like Taylor POD and Mandy from Simply POD with Mandy, Alex Sheffy, all of them. I think that what we're going to start seeing is better customer service for Printful, and Printify is just gaining another print facility, which, Printful, there's Printful facilities all over the place. There's some in the US, there's some, over there, they're everywhere. So I'm all for it. I think that it's fantastic. I actually was emailed by one of the girls. She wanted me to make a video on it like the next day. And I'm just like, ooh, I said we deconstruct our recording studio every Friday after my live stream. So I can't do overnight videos. Unfortunately, my turnaround times aren't that fast. But I was like, well, do you guys want me to talk about anything else? And she did say that if we have any questions about the merger, that she can answer them. So
cool. Do you know the biggest thing for me? It saves me mixing up the two names. That is my problem. Whenever I'm talking about one or the other, I never remember which one I'm talking about. So
I had to get good at that real fast, working with Printify so much.
Exactly.
Yeah, and Printify rebranded as well. So they got all this fun new branding and a new logo, which that was announced during Amplified, the new branding. They got rid of the finger, the little like whatever finger thing. You know what I mean?
Finger. I cannot remember.
Like a hand, like their logo was like, I can't even remember what gesture the hand was making, but there's a hand. it's like a finger pointing, like.
I literally don't remember that, and I do have a Printify account somewhere.
Well, you don't got to worry about it now. It's all, which my whole concern when they told us they were rebranding, I was like walking around this office and I'm like, this logo is everywhere. I'm like, what are you guys gonna? They even had neon like signs everywhere with the finger, and I'm just like, what are you guys gonna do with all this stuff? They're like, ooh. I'm like, I want a big neon Printify
neon logo. Finger.
Yeah, I would hang a big Printify neon finger in my office.
Yeah, I'd easily take neon signs. Yeah.
Let's see. And then Deb, what do you think about the new Amazon haul? I don't know what that is.
Yeah, Deb, tell us about it. I have no idea.
Let us know.
And Deb is our expert on all other things, basically. she's much better at looking into the competition and figuring out what's going on. I don't think I've heard. Look, I might have heard about it. As I say, that this week my head is mince. I don't remember I've made so many mistakes this week with everything I'm doing. So I'm just going to sit back and let Starla do all the work tonight.
Don't trust me to do it. My brains are scrambled eggs.
Oh, and Anthony's lurking here again. He always does this to scare us. It's Amazon's effort to take on Temu.
Ooh.
That is interesting because Amazon came out with its dodgy tactics of basically being so cheap that everybody else died, and then built up, and then that's what Temu's trying to do, take over the world by being the cheapest until everything else is shut down. So Amazon's going like, you don't get to copy my playbook.
For the longest time, I just thought it was Wish. I didn't realize that it was its own thing. Does Wish even still exist? Like,
I think so, yeah. But you don't hear about it so much. That's the thing with these things that come out to be the cheapest thing. Something else is sniffing at its heels, and yeah, it dies away. Anthony's lurking. I know he does this to make sure that he can shout at us if we say the wrong thing. Anthony never shouts at us.
Well, Anthony,
can we say the wrong thing?
Are we allowed to show everyone the new? There's a new page, just to it's
the one that's actually live. Yeah,
the new thing, the new pretty thing that I won't say, but we've been teasing them for like 5 weeks now, and I think that it would be great to get some feedback, see what they think. Pam, how about do you want to screen share, and then I can post it in the chat for them to take a peek and they can follow along?
Got it. Yep. If I remember what buttons to do.
All right. I'll wait until you, Melissa. Come on, Anthony, please.
Oh, come on. Yeah, Anthony said yes. Anthony's very good at just letting us do all the naughty things. That's why you've got to come into these lives so that we can
ask for permission. We usually ask for forgiveness rather
forgiveness.
than
Yeah.
asking for permission.
To be fair, we learned that from Anthony. So
all right, guys. If this page looks completely unfamiliar to you, it's because it is the new remodel. We're going to have more in this style very, very soon. We're going to be going and moving in a more clean aesthetic. You're going to notice some new colors, some new layouts.
You might have noticed some of these. We've been sneaking them in some places.
The thumbnails, social media. So just take a little browse. I've also got the link in the chat as well if you guys want to follow along and view it on your own.
Yep.
We've got, if you look up in the top left corner, you might see a new logo design. So let us know, guys. What do you think? Give us your honest feedback. The team has requested it.
The good and the bad. We want to know everything, because eRank has been built on all you guys' feedback and all the team. You know, that is what eRank's been built on. So we always want to know what you guys think.
Let's see. Is in beta on mobile only, apparently, for now. Is it? I'm actually, I want to look on my phone. I want to see what it looks like on mobile. I haven't done that yet. So let us know.
Yeah, nothing on eRank should be different. Are you talking about eRank? Because we don't have a mobile app.
Yeah, or do you just mean on you're just looking at the site from your phone, maybe? Let me see.
And we don't have anything else in beta.
It looks really nice on
Is
mobile.
it looking good on the mobile? Cool.
Oh, she's talking about the Amazon.
You had me work. I'm like, we're not running a beta of anything that I'm aware of. Oh, guys, you're giving us a scare.
But no, this is just the blog page. More pages coming soon, but it looks great on mobile. And Michelle, who is doing our social media, she's been slowly but surely kind of rolling out some of this style. We are sadly going to be retiring our little characters. So unfortunately, that's why you haven't been seeing little cartoon Starla and little cartoon Pam on the thumbnails. You get actual photos of real Pam and real Starla. We're going to try to use more
party to get to send them away, because we've had so much fun with them over the years.
Say goodbye to our little friends. But we're gonna start trying to.
We did ask Anthony, because in the past our little avatars, they've been on holiday everywhere, they've climbed mountains, they've been on rocket ships. So that just means that us, the real people, have to go and do all these things to get the photos for you guys. I think that's
true. I think that you know, we're gonna need some frequent flyer plans. Let's see. I think it gives Etsy vibes, but I also don't like change. I'm kind of the same way, but I'm biased because I'm the one who branded the last rebrand of eRank and proposed the idea of the cartoons and stuff. So my opinions don't count.
Your opinions always count.
I think that it's nice and clean, and I really like the little doodles. I think that the little doodles are cute, and they kind of add in that handmade, where it's not so much about the eRank team anymore, where all the cartoon characters used to be all about the eRank team. It's more about the sellers, and we're trying to use more photos of people like making things and crafting, and not just focusing so much on eRank team members. So,
and we can use you guys as well. We did ask in the Facebook group if there's any pictures of you guys like in your studio and stuff, and you shared some great photos there. So we might be asking again for different types of pictures, because it'd be really cool to see you guys. Well, it is really cool to see you guys, and I definitely have studio envy. I mean, my area is is this wide, as clean and nice. The rest is just a pile of deceased technology and craft supplies and things.
Oh, Anthony, is your because of the Geek Authority, Lorenzo's comment? He said, "Who is Anthony again?"
Oh.
Anthony, you're not eRank. Pam and I are eRank. You hear that?
Yep. Oh,
Anthony is our CEO.
We should be having Anthony on a live soon, so you can all meet him again.
Yes, Anthony is our CEO, but you guys mostly know Pam and I because we're the ones who are always here. Anthony, this is a sign. This is a sign that you need to show your face more.
Yep, we need you here, absolutely. But if you haven't, go back to some of the older lives and you'll see Anthony there. It's really good to see because he's the guy that started it all. He's the boss man, but he's the passion behind the company, and it's good to meet him too.
Deb said, "Careful there, Starlet. Anthony signs your paycheck." We don't paycheck. We PayPal. I haven't received a paycheck since I worked at McDonald's when I was 19. Let's see. Is the sites tool still on eRank?
Sadly, no. I know some people have liked that. Probably Anthony. Now we've got him here, he could explain. But the team are always looking at what tools people are using the most and which are best value for everybody. And sadly, the sites tool was retired. I know some people really loved it. So again, just like we say with Etsy, but with eRank, if you see things you like or you see things you don't like, let us know. If enough people like something, we might be able to get it back again, get something back. But yeah, if you don't use it, you lose it, guys.
Let's see. So lots of mixed opinions. I vote to keep the avatars. They're so much a part of the eRank experience. Is the logo permanently changed? It will be, yes, because a lot of people thought that our little like swoopty, oh, hold on, I've got it. A lot of people thought that this logo was a V, and we've got like eRank. So a lot of people were confused about that logo. So we will be changing that. Kat said the blog page looks fantastic, a bit more grown up, and adds trust to the validity of the data it can give sellers.
It's true. There's a balance, isn't there? Like the cartoons are fun and we enjoy them, but we also do want to say we are a professional tool as well as hopefully being a bit fun. We're mainly professional with a bit very much not.
See, I do like the doodles on the photos, but not sure about the circle photos with the frames. Those are just for the blogs. We're kind of experimenting with the blogs right now. We're testing. We're playing with stuff right now, trying to figure out a good flow.
Yeah. We've got some wonderful designers working on this, but there's also some idiots like me occasionally throwing things up, and yeah, I'm not a designer, so I haven't done any of the blog ones, but if you hate the YouTube thumbnails, it's entirely my fault. So.
Let's see, but they have our real faces on them now, so you guys have to be nice. You can't say I love the thumbnails, but that redhead has to go.
It's been so much fun, actually. I've been messaging people and going, can you send me some thumbnail photos? So I basically have a whole folder full of eRank people. Yeah. Well, it's not even selfies. Because selfies you try and look nice, but we've got half the team just pulling stupid faces going to. So if anyone else in eRank hasn't done this yet, Anthony, feel free to send me some photos of you doing stupid things for me to take into the thumbnails, because it's great fun.
Well, I think I took the last good picture of Anthony, and that was like 6 years ago. So I've only got one picture of him. And I'll just send you that one, and you can just reuse the same picture of Anthony over and over again. see. Looks like, okay, not Anthony said not many people were using the sites tool and it was really expensive to run. It was one of my favorite tools. Yes, same. I used it, but the reason that Anthony and me and Pam used it was probably very different than how an Etsy seller would, like, what they would need. We were using it, to analyze like big websites and stuff for the purpose of having that data. But for the average Etsy seller, it's probably not something that you guys really need unless you're comparing marketplaces to see where to sell.
I'm super missing it just now for everyone going, is Etsy slow right now? Like pulling up and going, yes, but everybody else is too. But yes, if you don't use it, guys, sorry.
Let's see. Yes, the Zazzle data. I have so many people who ask if there is enough Zazzle data and what was the other one? Do we have Fair? Did we ever get Fair? Fair was another one that everybody always asked about.
Well, the good thing about having Anthony here is he's taking notes for your questions. So Anthony's going to check if we've got enough data. Fantastic.
Let's see. All right. Mixed opinions about the logo. So.
And I think it's absolutely fair. I think most of us, when we're showing the new stuff, we all sit there and go, ooh, hate change, don't do change, basically.
Right. Here's the thing. Give it time to settle in because we still got a lot more pages to go. This is just the blog. Give it some time to simmer. Let it sit for, use the site for a week when it's redone. Hopefully that will be very, very soon. And then, after a week, if there's still something that is actually bothering you, or maybe, there's an accessibility issue, because that's always like a big priority. If we realize that there's an accessibility issue, we've had, people who are, like colorblind and stuff who have let us know about little things that they were struggling with. Let us know. And then, new site ETA is Monday. So maybe a week from Monday, hit the feedback button and let us know how you're feeling after you've had a week to play around with it and get used to it. Because I'm the same way. I mean, I've got like an anxiety disorder. So if anything in my surroundings change, it's not that it changed, it's that it's wrong. Like my brain is just like, no, wrong, because it's not what I'm used to. But after we adapt to it and we all get used to it, you'll be able to offer some fresh perspectives. And if you still hate it, hit the feedback button and let us know.
And tell us. I think there's been some really great specific advice, specific feedback here already. So yeah, the more specific, it's really easy to just go, oh, change, hate it. But I really dislike it because this thing, I can totally live with this thing. It's really, really handy for us all to hear the full on feedback.
And Lorenzo had said McDonald's wouldn't change their M with its long history. Isn't that the same with branding, which is something that I teach in Handmade Alpha Academy and Lorenzo's NHAA. Here's the thing though. McDonald's has had the same logo for the span of their business. Same with Coca-Cola. However, their competitors change it up. Burger King, their logos changed. If you guys remember in the 90s, it was like a burger bun and it said Burger King in the bun. And now it's more of like a circle. Pepsi, they change their logo quite frequently. There's obviously, when you have had the same logo for 20, 30 years, keeping that same iconic logo is important. However, when a company is still young, which eRank is, if you're unhappy with a logo, the best time to change it is as soon as possible, so that the next 10, 20 years, you are further solidifying the new branding that your company needs. So right now we're in the feedback period. And we just kind of have to see what you guys think of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, We've all given our feedback as well and what we think of it and things, but it is a good point that I don't think we're necessarily known for the eRank logo. Like you get everyone who's here in this stream are like our super fans, as it were. They're like the people that really know, but most people probably know the name more than a logo or something. So yeah, but rebranding anything is always hard. I did that. My YouTube channel didn't used to be my name, and I changed it, and it really hurt me to change it. I was advised. This is one of the things I'd paid for a guru, and he was giving me some advice. And I always say the advice that hurts the most is the one you're supposed to take. And he said to me, he's like, you have to change the name of your channel. I was like, no, don't want to change. I've built up my brand. I've got 500 followers. I've got over 20,000 now with my new changed thing.
Oh yeah, I've rebranded the alphas twice, and no, three. I'm on the third rebrand where I'm starting to change fonts and I'm starting to go more in the blue and red background colors like what we use for our background. And there's always going to be some resistance to change when it comes to branding, but ultimately it's the feedback that matters. So like I said, just give it a little bit of time so you can make sure that, because I mean, my first instinct, like right when we talked about changing, I was just like, no change. But now it's starting to grow on me. So just give it a little bit of time to set in. It's just like when Facebook updates and you don't know how to navigate it anymore on your phone and you're super annoyed, but then within a week, you know where everything is again and you're no longer annoyed.
Yeah.
That's how I see it, which is why I said, give it a week and then drop us a message via the feedback button and let the team know.
And not just give it a week. There was Sean did some spoilers, some like sneak peeks at things, and I will say I think you're gonna like some of the tools better. Just with how this all works. Like you might not be mad on the colors and stuff or something, but I think some of the designs are a lot better. So let us know what you think's better, what you think's worse. Where are you going with that? I think everybody in eRank totally understands because we all like different things. So we're all in different places too.
Let's see. I've never heard of Zazzle. Is it for UK sellers only? No, Zazzle is another platform where someone correct me if I'm wrong. Is Zazzle more like how Society6 and Redbubble are, where you can design products and they print for you?
I don't know. I know the name. I've heard it, but I've never looked into it yet.
Yes. So Zazzle, basically, they're one of the companies where you create your designs and you choose what products you want those designs on, basically. So it's like POD, but you sell directly through them. It's not like going to Printify and you have to have an Etsy shop. Zazzle is its own standalone platform where you're creating your products and selling them there. And then let's see. And Anthony said, aside from Zazzle and Fair, are there any other marketplaces you need keyword data for? So this is your chance, guys. If there's anywhere else that you're selling, obviously we talked about GoImagine previously, and we can't say too much, but we are working with GoImagine, and as always, there will eventually be some updates for you. That's all I can say for now, but feel free to let us know because Anthony's here writing things down.
And basically, whenever there's a big enough traffic on any of them that we have enough data, because I would love Folksy, but I think Folksy's still too tiny just now.
Yeah, unfortunately. Let's see. Pam, I thought eRank is made for us sellers and not the general public. That's
yes. I think that's when I was saying about us that are on the video. Just being silly mainly, but saying the people who are watching this video are like the top tier of eRank people. The top tier, that sounds rude, but you're like the super fans who are like working really hard. We have thousands of people in the Facebook group. We've got, I think, a couple of million users. It was well over 1 million people who've signed up for an eRank account, you know. So it's like tiers. There's the people who sign up, then there's the people who sign up and join some of the groups, and then there's the people who sign up and get really involved, talk,
Right.
and join the videos and stuff. So you guys are like the top tier.
The 54 people who actually sit around and listen to us talk on Thursday Q&A.
Exactly.
And your guys' opinions matter the most. That's why we always tell you, like, because you're the super fans, make sure that when it comes to changes, that's when you need to click that feedback button and let the team know.
Yeah.
Let's
and
see.
we will we have Anthony here, we have plenty of the team here reading all your comments and everything as well, and we will be passing back the feedback. So yes, we are, even if we haven't read out your feedback, that's all there and saved as well.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, so it's not for handmade. Yeah, Zazzle is more of like another POD platform, but everything's happening on Zazzle, like Redbubble, Society 6, they take care of all the heavy lifting for you. Let's see. And then Anthony, let's see. Lorenzo had asked, from the technical side, have they fixed the mystery incorrect spelling issue? And Anthony said, we've got to fix in testing at the moment. No ETA for its release, but guessing next 2 weeks. Awesome. Yeah, we have a lot going on the development side right now with basically rebranding everything, you know, changing the whole site and making it work better, making it look better, making it easier to find things. I know it's frustrating, you know, when you're a longtime user and things change, but we also have to think about the people who are joining for the very first time. And one of the most common complaints that we've received over the years is that eRank is hard to use. It's confusing. I don't know where to start. I don't know where to go. I don't know what to click. So along with rebranding, we want to try to make things not just look nicer, but also feel easier. And, you know, when you've gotten used to the current version of eRank, obviously, you know, it's what you're used to. But we want to make sure that we stop getting the feedback of, you know, the site's too hard for me to use, so I don't want to use it anymore.
Yeah. And I want to remind people of what Sean said as well. Although we're talking about this rebrand and stuff going to be coming up, and we're talking, and Debbie says, giving you data from other platforms, we're expanding things, and we're changing up some of the tools. But as Sean did say, we're not going to just change the tools and you not have access to how it was. What we're going to do is, for a while, you'll have the old tool and the ability to click in and go and use the new updated tool for the ones that are changing. We're going to roll this out slowly. So for all of us who is basically all of us hate change to one extent, we're not going to take away your most important tools and just go, whoa, rebrand, enjoy it. We're going to say, guys, you can use this one, but can you go and have a look at the new one and tell us what you think of it?
Exactly. Well, we are down to our last 2 minutes. So I think we will probably go ahead and cut it since we haven't had very many questions, but we do appreciate you guys for giving feedback. You know, Anthony obviously needed some feedback as well. So every time he's here, it's a great time to make suggestions like these. We appreciate you so much. Let's see. This upcoming Thursday, I'll be here. I just wanted to make sure. I think that it's the Thursday after is Thanksgiving, so I will not be here. Pam, will you be doing Q&A?
Yep, but I think I already spoke to Brian. Being a Canadian and a Scot, we're happy to be here on Thanksgiving. If some of you guys are happy to join us, so it's always kind of fun. We might have cocktails and turkey or something ourselves. Who knows? Not for anything we celebrate, but just because.
Just for fun. But guys, thanks so much for hanging out. We appreciate you all so much, and we'll see you next week.
Yep. See you guys.